What's up, friends? Today I wanted to share with you guys some of my favorite heat-free hairstyles because I really try to avoid using like curling irons and flat irons on my hair at all times. Truly, I probably use a curling iron like 1 to 2 times a month, which really isn't that bad. For me personally, I try to avoid heat just because my hair breaks so easily and I'm really trying to grow it out and it grows very slowly, so it kind of sucks. I also, as you can tell, highlight my hair quite a bit, which also dries out hair and breaks it, so whatever I can do to avoid heat is always better. So for the first hairstyle, it's not actually these braids, I'm gonna take these out. However, I do love double French braid. I personally feel like it makes me look younger, so I try to avoid that hairstyle while at work just because I'm in a corporate office and I'm already one of the youngest people working there. But I do wear the double French braids on a lot of weekends, especially in the summer. But my favorite hairstyle is actually to put those double French braids in before I go to sleep at night. And then usually I'll spray it with a water bottle just to dampen the hair. And then in the morning, I take it out and it looks like this. I feel like it's a perfect like beach wave, like messy look, and it never looks the same for me. Even though I swear I do the braids like the same size every time, the waves are never the same, which isn't a bad thing. If you don't know how to French braid, I'm not gonna do a tutorial just because there are thousands of videos online for how to French braid, and you can probably learn from one of those in like 5 minutes. All right, so style 1, literally just taking it out of the braids. I think this is so cute again, and definitely a go-to of mine, especially because I like to wake up literally 15 minutes before I have to walk out the door. So if I do my quick everyday makeup in like 5 minutes, take this out in 1 minute, like I'm on a roll. Sometimes it's flatter on the top as it is today, so when that happens, I also sometimes do the second hairstyle, which is just taking some of the top layer to the back and just taking a little butterfly clip to clip those in. And then I have a nice little half up, half down hairstyle. Sometimes I like to pull these little things out in the front, keep it loose. You can also take half up, half down in a high pony. So I like to grab around like my eyebrows, I guess, and just go straight up. It's like the crown of my head. Now this style can differ in so many different ways. That was a weird sentence, sorry. Anyway, you can style it differently, meaning you can make it a tight pony, which is like actually in right now. I prefer mine usually a little like bumpy loose. So sometimes I'll do this with a scrunchie and a high pony. Or if I use a regular ponytail, I can either stop there, look similar, or I like to take a piece of the pony and separate it. And then I wrap this around the actual ponytail to kind of cover up the rubber band. I feel like this just kind of gives it more of like a classy look, I guess. Maybe you disagree, I don't know, I think it's cute. And then you simply bobby pin that hair in place. So lots of ways to do half up, half down. Going back to the parted style, I forgot that sometimes I also like to take just a little chunk on each side and do a really loose braid and then take that towards the back. Once I have them both, I'll just clip these in the back. I'm gonna use that same butterfly clip. And then I like to widen out the braids. Just by pulling on the outsides of them to loosen them up. Yet again, another half up, half down style. Okay, let's move on to some updos. My personal favorite is honestly just a high pony. I feel so sassy and confident with one in. Well, not always, but usually. I feel like I feel prettiest with my hair down, but if I'm still feeling good and I throw it up in a high pony, like I just feel like a bad bitch. I always put it like at the top of the crown of the head, and then I always try to fluff it up a little bit. I do have like really thick hair, which is a blessing for high ponies because it just stays up and very full on its own. I don't really need to tease it, but if you don't have super thick hair, I feel like a little tease up here sometimes helps to keep a little volume up at the top. And voila, everyone knows a high pony. Take it a step further, doing the same thing as we did with the half up, half down. I like to take a piece, wrap it around the ponytail to hide it, and again, bobby pin it in the back. and voila. It's so fast and I feel like it makes such a difference. I don't know why. Like I love the like wrapped hair look. People also get very confused and they think that like my hair is holding up my hair, which is kind of funny. But yeah, that's so easy. You just wrap a piece of the hair around the rest of the ponytail. All right. So keeping the same ponytail, I also like to create kind of like a ballerina donut bun thing, those like top knots that are in, by literally just like twisting and wrapping it around. This also looks different every single time I do it. And sometimes it takes me like 2 seconds, sometimes it takes me like 10 minutes to get it how I want it. And then I just kind of start sticking bobby pins in so that it stays in place. All right, so I only have 3 bobby pins in this time, and I actually like this one like right away. But a lot of times I have to play with it to kind of make it even on both sides, or make sure all the flyaways and like pokey pieces are like pinned down, you know? I don't do this hairstyle as often as just like a regular ponytail, because I feel like you have to have like the right outfit to wear this. Like either like super chic or more like business casually. I don't know. But I also do this when my like ponytail is super frizzy and crazy and I need to like tame that shit. So yeah, I don't even know what number of hairstyle we're on, but we're just gonna keep on chugging along as ideas come to my head. Okay, so I just unwrapped that bun and I still have the same ponytail in. I also like to do like a braided bun, and again, this one sometimes takes me a few tries as well. So I start out by just braiding the ponytail itself. Once I get towards the end, I put like a little rubber band at the end, but a normal ponytail would probably work pretty similar. And then I just wrap this around, and then once you get to the end, it gets a little more difficult because I have all this extra hair I have to kind of stick under that first wrapped layer. And then again, go in with some bobby pins to make sure this like stays in place. Okay, this one's not bad first try. See how like this side was a little bit lower, so I keep kind of pulling it up. And like this is like really loose. So I'm kind of trying to tuck some of that hair in the braid. Yeah, and then there we go. I don't do this one as much either. I feel like I have to be like having like a really confident day to pull this off. But I feel like this one's like pretty chic and cute too. Kind of like boho vibes. Okay, I think we're done with the high pony styles. Moving on to some low pony styles. I go back and forth between just like liking or hating a normal low pony. Ever since I saw like the viral tweet on Twitter that says that it looks like we're like male pilgrims. And I totally see it, but I feel like if you like, you know, add some of like the baby hairs and some volume in the back, like it's pretty cute usually. And it's so fast and simple. And again, you can always take hair from the ponytail and wrap it around just like we've been doing with the other styles. I don't play around with normal like low ponies very often, so I don't really have a lot to show you there. Something else I've been doing a lot lately that I really like is just a low braid. Not even a French braid, just literally a normal one. However, when I get to the end, instead of putting in a normal ponytail, I've been taking a scrunchie, and I don't know why this makes a difference. It probably doesn't to other people, but to me, I'm like, wow, a scrunchie at the end of a braid, and suddenly I'm like a supermodel. Like, isn't that cute? I do this way too often, but it's like so quick and easy, and I don't know, I just think it's like different, even though it's like not. Okay, sticking with the low pony, but instead of a scrunchie, grabbing a little rubber band. That right there is also cute. I don't know, I think I just like dig the low braids recently. I'm gonna try to turn around and show you. Hopefully this works. I try to split like a hole so that I can flip the braid in and then just like wrap it around a few times, or as many as it like kind of fits. And then I try to bobby pin this in place. Sometimes the hairs from the end of the braid like stick out down here. So I try to like bobby pin those up. And then this one for me always requires like looking in a mirror to see what it looks like. As you can see in the front, it's kind of like very loose on this side. So usually I would do like a slightly tighter braid so that that doesn't happen. But yeah, you get the idea. This one takes a little bit more time for me, but it's essentially just like rolling a braid into the braid and then pinning it. So let me go check out the back and I'll be right back. Wait, that was actually like a pretty good one. Not my best, but not bad either. Okay, moving on to a couple of French braid styles. Probably the #1 hairstyle that I get compliments for is doing 2 double French braids on the sides, if that makes sense. So a French braid on each side and then 2 a messy bun together in the back middle. This one takes me slightly longer, and sometimes I like have to redo the braids to make sure they like kind of match, but it's definitely one of my favorites. I also prefer like the inside out braids. I don't know what they're actually called, but where the braid like sticks out on the top rather than being like tucked under, if you know what I mean. So once I get to like this point, I just do like a normal braid and then tie the end up with a rubber band. Then do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and then once both braids are done on the sides, I take a normal ponytail, pull it all back into a ponytail together. Notice how I didn't grab like all of this hair into the braids. I like it to be like able to be pulled back into the pony. And then I go like, I just usually put it around 1 time just so I have everything. And then I take the rubber bands out of the braids so they're not like sticking out in the messy bun. And then from here, I kind of fluff it up to try to create a messy bun. And then I would typically play with my messy bun for probably a good 5 minutes because I think every girl does that, trying to get the perfect messy look. And then finally, I like my braids to be really loose and big, so I just kind of pull them out, loosen them up, and then sometimes, you know, pull a little bit out of the back so it's not just like straight down, and voila. Might be my all-time fave because look how cute. And really not all that difficult, just a little bit more time consuming. All right, and then my final go-to hairstyle is just one big French braid. And for this one, I don't do an inside out braid, I do like a normal one because I feel like the inside out braid down the middle like reminds me of like a dinosaur tail. I know that sounds completely stupid, but I think about it every time. So instead I do the over technique, whatever that means. I also like to do this one when my hair is just like frizzy and crazy in the morning because it just kind of tames it all together. And I also get compliments on this, I think because a lot of people don't know how to French braid, so they're just always impressed when I have braids in my hair. But I'm telling you, if you don't know how and you learn how, it's extremely simple and can really help you out. Tie it up and voila. And I always kind of play with it, making it loose and pulling out the baby hairs. And yeah, nothing special. Literally one big braid. Sometimes I also sleep in one big braid instead of the 2 braids. And I'll still wake up with waves in the morning. It's just like all of this hair isn't really like braided, so it's less wavy. And I don't know, I think I prefer the 2 braids waves. But at the moment, no other go-to hairstyles are coming to mind. So I think we're done here. Hopefully this was interesting, maybe a little bit helpful if you're looking for some more heat-free hairstyles and you're bored of your everyday hairstyles. Let me know in the comments if you have any other simple heat-free hairstyles. I'd love to hear about them and copy yours as well. But that's all I have for you. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe below. I love you all and I will see you next video. Bye guys.